All right, let's dive into AI and design. I know you're all super interested in this.
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
It really is. It's like AI is changing how we make, well, everything.
It's nuts how fast things are moving.
And that's why we're doing this deep dive,
Yeah.
to really break it down.
I like that. Deep dive gets to the heart of it.
Right. So we've got some great sources to pull from today. ACM Interactions, they're talking about the ethics of it all.
Yeah, the big questions.
Then there's this study, International Journal of Human-Computer Interaction, how AI actually fits into the design process itself.
Love that journal. Always cutting edge.
And to top it off, we're going to tap into this awesome podcast, Curiosity Connect. They're all about the future, how designers and AI are going to work together.
Like, will they be friends or frenemies?
Right, exactly. So let's kick things off with this idea of AI as a creative partner.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, the Curiosity Connect folks were really hitting on this, saying designers are starting to see AI as more than just a tool.
It's more like a partner in crime or in creation, I guess.
A creative accomplice. I love it. So less about giving commands, more like a back and forth.
Yeah, more of a conversation, spitballing ideas.
Okay, but does the research back that up? This idea of AI as a true partner?
Well, that's where things get interesting. That study, International Journal of Human-Computer Interaction, they found most AI design tools today are all about the develop and deliver stages.
Okay. Break that down for me.
So think of it like this. You've got the seed of an idea, right?
Okay, got it.
AI is great at taking that seed and helping you grow it, making variations, refining the final product, that sort of thing.
So AI is like the master gardener.
Yeah, but the thing is, what about those first sparks of inspiration?
Right. Where does AI fit into those aha moments?
Exactly. And that's the gap. They asked some expert designers, how could AI help design a Zen garden? And they came out with a ton of ideas for the very beginning, the discover and define stages.
Hold on. For those of us who haven't reached Zen master level yet, what do those stages even mean?
So discover is all about understanding the problem. Research, inspiration, getting to the heart of what you're designing.
Got it. And define.
That's where you start to narrow things down. What are your goals? What are the key principles? Like laying the foundation before you build.
Okay, makes sense. So how did these designers see AI fitting in there?
It's wild. They imagined AI suggesting design principles like, hey, have you thought about this? Or visualizing negative space in the garden.
Wow.
Or even coming up with a whole story, a narrative that the garden would evoke. It's like AI could help us understand those design problems in completely new ways.
Mind blown. So we're saying AI could actually make us more creative, not just faster or more efficient.
That's the big question, isn't it? Can AI be a true thought partner in those early, messy stages? It's super exciting stuff.
I'm hooked. But before we get lost in the future, I know you're really into how AI is changing things for accessibility.
Oh yeah, huge topic.
So let's talk about that. How is AI making design more accessible?
This is where AI can really empower people. The Curiosity Connect podcast talked about how AI can handle those technical bits,
Yeah, the nitty-gritty stuff.
Exactly. So newer designers can focus on the big picture. And for pros, it speeds up their workflow.
Like having an extra set of hands.
More like an extra brain, right? So it's leveling the playing field. Everyone gets access to powerful tools.
Okay, but give me some real-world examples. How's this actually working?
All right, picture this. You're designing a website. ACM Interactions said AI could analyze user reviews, and flag accessibility issues before you even start building.
Wow, so you're designing inclusively from the get-go.
Right. It's like having an AI accessibility expert right there with you.
I like that.
And there's this other example from that International Journal study. AI tools that turn your rough sketches into digital prototypes.
Whoa, so you don't need to be a software whiz to get your ideas out there.
Exactly. It's all about breaking down those barriers so more people can design. And more voices can be heard.
It's not just about making things pretty. It's about making design more inclusive, right?
Exactly. And this isn't just for one type of design. AI is popping up everywhere. Fashion, product design, digital art, you name it.
Okay, now you've got to tell me more about that.
All right, let's start with fashion. That International Journal study talked about how AI can create these virtual pseudo-clients.
Wait, hold on. AI that understands my fashion sense.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal AI stylist,
Yeah.
helping designers create stuff that people actually want to wear.
That's amazing. Okay, what about product design? How's AI changing how we make actual physical things?
So imagine you're designing a chair. AI can simulate how people would use it, predicting comfort, usability, all before you even build a prototype.
So no more wonky first drafts.
Well, maybe fewer. They talked about this in that international journal study, and it's a game changer for efficiency and for the planet.
So AI can predict the future of design now.
It's getting there. And let's not forget digital art. AI can generate endless variations of a poster from just a few words.
Whoa, like a never-ending idea machine.
Right. So AI can create, it can iterate, it can refine. It's covering the whole design spectrum.
This is mind-blowing. It makes you wonder, what's next for this partnership between humans and AI? Where's all this going?
That's the big question, and that's what we'll be exploring as we continue our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks. Things are about to get even more interesting.
Welcome back. So we've seen how AI is becoming this design ninja, right? From brainstorming to perfecting those little details. But now we got to talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay, the elephant. Lay it on me.
Well, as AI gets more powerful, we got to think about the challenges, How do we make sure this partnership between humans and AI stays a good thing?
Right, right. Because it could go either way.
Totally. One of the biggies is bias. AI learns from the data we feed it, and if that data's got problems, well...
It's like garbage in, garbage out, right?
Exactly. So we need to make sure that data's diverse, representative, the whole shebang.
That makes sense, but how do we actually do that? Make sure the
Yeah.
data's good?
That's the million-dollar question. But ACM Interactions was talking about transparency. We need AI that can explain itself. Like, here's how I got to this design.
So we can understand the logic, make sure it's not picking up bad habits.
Exactly. And another thing is AI needs to be adaptable, learn from different sources, different perspectives.
So AI that's not stuck in its ways.
Yeah.
It can grow and learn and...
Right. Think of an AI trained not just on design principles, but on different cultures, user feedback.
AI that's a global citizen. I like that.
It's the future. But okay, let's switch gears a bit. Back to this AI as a partner idea. Curiosity Connect was all about designers working side by side with AI. But how do we make sure that collaboration is actually good? Where everyone wins.
That's a really interesting point. It can't be all about the AI, right?
Definitely not. It's about finding the right balance. Humans are great at empathy, intuition, those gut feelings.
I'm good at the feeling stuff.
Exactly. We think outside the box, come up with totally new ideas. AI, it's amazing at data, seeing patterns, creating variations, like a super-powered assistant.
So the best case scenario is we each bring our strengths to the table, right?
Bingo. And International Journal of Human-Computer Interaction talked about this. As AI does more of the technical stuff, human designers need to level up those uniquely human skills. Critical thinking, problem solving.
So it's like AI is forcing us to become better designers.
I think so. We need to think bigger, consider all these different angles, really focus on the human experience. It's pretty exciting.
It's like a design evolution. But this brings up another question. What does all this mean for the future of design jobs? Is AI going to replace designers altogether?
That's the big one, right? Everyone's wondering. But I think it's more complicated than that. AI is already changing how we design, and that's going to keep happening.
So some jobs will change, some might disappear.
Probably, but it doesn't mean human designers are doomed, It's not humans versus machines. It's humans and machines.
Working together, like a super team.
Exactly. And that's where human-centered AI comes in. Designing AI that puts humans first, our values, our well-being.
But what does that actually look like? How do we make sure AI is a force for good, not evil?
It starts with asking the right questions. Who's this designed for? What are the risks? How do we make sure it's inclusive, accessible? Designers, developers, everyone needs to be thinking about this.
It's like we're on this new frontier, and we got to make the rules as we go.
Exactly. And tech is a tool, right? It can be used for good or bad. We get to decide.
It's a big responsibility. We can't just let tech decide our future.
Nope. We got to shape it, have those tough conversations, think critically.
So what does this mean for our listeners? How can they be responsible AI users in design?
Awareness is huge. Look at designs critically, especially AI-generated ones. Ask, who's being represented here? Who's missing?
And don't be afraid to speak up, right? Ask those tough questions.
Exactly. Demand transparency. Push for ethical guidelines. This is our future we're talking about.
And remember, AI is a tool. It's up to us to use it wisely. All right, we've talked about where AI is now and, those potential bumps in the road. But now, let's get futuristic. Where's all this headed? What's the wild, crazy future of AI in design?
Hold on to your hats. We've talked about AI becoming less of a tool and more of a creative partner. Right?
Yeah, but what does that actually look like in real life?
Well, Curiosity Connect gave us a sneak peek. Imagine brainstorming, right? But the AI isn't just throwing out ideas based on what you said. It's like part of the conversation.
So it's not just, hey, AI, make me a logo. It's more like you're actually having a creative conversation.
Yeah. Bouncing ideas back and forth, challenging each other like you would with a human collaborator.
Oh, that's kind of intimidating, but also really cool.
Right. It's like having this superpowered brainstorming buddy. It's got all this knowledge, can process info instantly, could lead to some seriously groundbreaking stuff.
Okay, but if AI gets that good, what does that mean for us, human designers?
Yeah.
What skills do we need to, keep up?
That's a great question, and that's what the ACM interactions researchers were digging into. They say we need to focus on the things AI can't do, the things that make us human.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Empathy, intuition, connecting with people on an emotional level, that deep understanding of why we make certain design choices, not just how we do it.
So we need to be more strategic, more focused on the human side of things.
Yeah. I actually think AI could push us to become even better designers, more insightful, more creative, more connected to the people using our designs.
That's a cool way to look at it.
Yeah,
AI isn't replacing us. It's pushing us to evolve.
exactly. And as AI takes on more of those technical tasks, we can focus on what really matters, solving those big problems, creating meaningful experiences.
This has been so eye-opening. The future isn't about humans versus AI.
And
It's about...
humans and AI working together to create something amazing.
Absolutely. But we got to be smart about it, right? We can't just blindly trust the machines.
For sure. We need to keep those ethical considerations in mind, ask those tough questions, make sure AI is being used for good, not just for profit or whatever.
It's a lot of responsibility, but it's also exciting. Like, we get to shape the future of design.
Exactly. It's a wild new frontier. And to our listeners out there, don't be afraid to experiment, to explore, to push the boundaries. The future of design is in your hands.
So that wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI and design. Thanks for joining us. It's been an incredible journey. And who knows what amazing creations we'll see in the years to come.